And another one from Anonymous gifting a sub to the community. And then WookieLeaks gifting a sub to the community. Hot diggity damn, guys. We're gonna be on level 5 hype train soon. Hot diggity damn. Y'all making me so happy that I'm a little tempted to bring out the alcohol because I'm happy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe after this match. What would NA qualifiers be without a little bit of alcohol? I'm just kidding. It's easy to poke fun at NA, just like it's easy to poke fun at Protoss, but we know we love them. You little Protoss rascals, you little NA guys. The top right, letting me just basically like sloth, like little baby sloth on the back of this guy's back, just constantly casting him in these qualifiers. It is the green Terran Cuddlebear. In the bottom left, as the purple Protoss, it is Rhizer. Who, I mean, the more I say the name, the more I'm like, okay, no, it's familiar, it's familiar, it's familiar. Hold on here, but I don't think I've ever cast him. He has played in some North American events, offline events, and he, as I was saying, has gotten results against a lot of the recognizable NA names, but not really ever names that I would say are like, oh, okay, shit, like that's actually pretty good. You know, when you start beating some of the established European pros, then you're like, oh. Because while, you know, a lot of these guys are going to say, they're going to be a little bit defensive and be like, well, we can play against them, and Fear Dragon's going to start all types of, you know, arguments about NA versus EU. There's always a little bit more oomph when you start always beating the guys from EU as an up-and-coming NA player. Doesn't matter if you beat them all the time on ladder. It matters what the Eligulac score says. That hasn't happened quite yet for Rhizer. I feel like Cuddlebear has been doing that. But more so Cuddlebear playing all of these NA qualifiers and, you know, meeting a lot of the European guys because they're playing in his qualifier. Like Spaz, which happened last week. Which is a very fun TvP, by the way. It's going to be up on my YouTube. I think it already is, if you guys want to check it out. Wish Funko would cast more. I love Funko as a caster. He's actually one of my favorite co-casters. But I don't get to do very much casting with him. Bacon Daddy with the 500 bits. Birthday cake. No. Birthday train. Okay, but I can eat one. Oh no, now I really want birthday cake. Hype train's gonna have to do though. Thank you very much. Reaper comes forward here. Rhizer going forward. Twilight Council looks to be doing some typical Protoss stuff. Can't tell you very much about his playstyle. Cuddlebear is pretty typical macro player, I would establish him as. Yeah, I was certainly willing to do a 2-Rax. I think I remember casting a 2-Rax versus 2-Rax with him, which can always be fun, but more standard play. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. Here, have your birthday present a bit earlier then.
Warning. Programs detected in comm server 04.
That's my birthday. Thank you very much. My birthday is actually on Tuesday for anyone who's prematurely going to say happy birthday, but I appreciate the advanced birthday gifts. We're continuing the hype train. Can we actually get to 500 subs today? Actually, that would be, pardon my language, TeamLiquid. It would be fucking awesome if you could do that. Because I think I started, like, Wednesday with, like, 300 subs, maybe, not even. And then now, if I went to 500, that'd be insane. That'd be cray-cray. We are now... I'm going to wait for the subscriber count to update and then tell you how far away we are. And by the way, if you do have a subscription now, thanks to the lovely folk doling them out in my chats, make sure to use the sub love button. Make sure in internet arguments to use ZGB what and ZGB nope. And and if you would like your replays cast, I do offer that as an option for my subscribers every Thursday. So check it out in Discord. And then thank you, Epi35 with the 1,000 bits. Get out the booze. I would never do that for bits or donations, sir. I have morals. But when I'm happy, I tend to drink, so, you know, I'm not saying it's not a coincidence. More importantly, one of my jobs going to be hardcore denied. 3 stalkers in perfect positioning. A little unfortunate for Cuddlebear. If he had gone this direction, he might have actually floated over 2 stalkers, but so be it. It happens. Raven on the way. Can take out. That may have been a probe. On his way home. Congratulations on the level 5 hub train emo. Oh, wow, what is this? What does it do? What does it do? I got the hype love. What is this anime looking schmuck? Alright. Alright. I'll take it, I guess. Emotes are being delivered to supporters. Do I even like any of these? It probably shouldn't be ragging on the hype train since it helps, but I like my emotes better. Spam my emotes. Thank you very much. Alright, so not much going on in this game. Just a lot of setup, but a very typical TvP setup. Blink into charge. Single forge, not double forge. And then Cuddlebear did go for the Raven version of the follow-up 3 racks instead of just straight into Medivacs. Pretty typical stuff. A little oversaturated. Little tiny little bit. We will be slapping down that 3rd CC on location. Combat shield's finally starting. As I said, that Raven does delay that. But a Raven can be very, very helpful. Did it use its energy on something that I missed? An auto turret, perhaps? Anyways. Against this type of army that Rhizer has, you're probably looking for an anti-armor missile. You're also looking to not lose the Raven to stalkers! Oh, he didn't do it! And he got 2 stalkers in return. Oh, Rhizer's gonna be smacking himself over that one. And oh, look at this, the weak Medivac coming back in, going for the Widowmine drop, forcing the probe pull, but might also get a stalker. Oh, it was close to getting a stalker. This one Widowmine. Oh, no! Just 2 more probes. That was pretty cool. He almost kind of did like a sandwich with that too, but the army was a little bit late to the party. 5 probes dead in total. Raven still barely hanging on. The bone was severed, but it's like a little bit of flesh. Ugh, gross. We are currently at 467 subscribers. Well, that is a big sim into the natural and a very effective one, though. Anti-armor missile on top of the army, and the Raven's still alive somehow. I don't know how that's going to happen. Finally going to go down here. Finally, but the Stalker's blinking into the army without the Zealots actually supporting them. Lost a few of their lives, so the Zealots were getting choked in this mineral patch. A couple probes also going down, and Cuddlebear getting out of there with a pretty fair trade. It would have really been better if he had controlled that Raven, because it was certainly possible, but lots of things were happening, so we'll have to forgive him for that one. 3rd CC is now done. Getting mules. Rhizer would love to gone for a 4th Nexus a couple seconds ago, really, but had to deal with a lot of things happening. Again, this is like a weird choke thing, right? Where it's like, no one's ever gonna get through that. That's too risky, and then they do, and you're like, This is a very, I'll just throw my units forward push. I recognize this one. Probably would have been better as a Widowmine drop, and unfortunately, getting the entire might of the army to tear it down, but perhaps fortunately, finding the entire army, meaning that this big old drop in the natural is getting a lot of damage done. 10 probes, 11 probes, next is going to go down. Rhizer now forced to basically all in. Bunker's still alive from the early game. He's going to maybe buy some extra crucial seconds to survive here. He holds up in the main base. SCV's in the natural. I'm sorry, buddies. You're mostly dead. But the production in the main base here, can he deny that +1 armor? That would be a really, really sweet depower of the pylon. Get the power. He's not paying attention. Another Chrono. Rhizer definitely paying attention. He's going to be thankful to finish that armor. Ditto for Cuddlebear. They both finished their armor at the same exact time, so equal upgrades. SCVs not surviving, but actually providing a bit of buffer at the very least, as an Immortal got AI'd into a lot of damage there. Very low Immortal now, and we're talking about tiny things because we're in a bit of a base trade. And those tiny things can add up. DTs are available. We warped in 5 of them, actually, when the Dark Shrine finished. And it might be another target. There's not many units left here. 3rd CC was freely mining when it really should not have been. Is forced to lift, and no SCVs will survive here either. And things are awfully scrappy. Recalls the DTs. I think they were the 3rd base. Plenty of Widowmines. Plenty of Widowmines. Oh, and he grabs the Warp Prism. Rhizer not paying attention. Even if he was paying attention, I'm not sure that army could have taken on all this, plus all those Widow Mines. He needed the Warp Prism to actually warp in, and, well, it was too far forward. Nice snipe by Cuddlebear. Manages to save his Medivacs, because there's nothing to warp in that can kill him. Ah! 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 Spoke too soon. Saves 2 of them. That's still pretty good. And I think Cuddlebear, at the end of the day, does end up getting the advantage, because guess what? He saved all 3 orbitals. And you know what Terran are really good at? Is coming back with mules. It's a skill. It's a good unit. That has a big bio army as well. And Rhizer's army is the type of army that either is going to benefit from double upgrades eventually, have 2-2 against 1-1, right? And look really baller, or it's going to benefit from just having a mass amount of units. You know, so many zealots. I'm actually not sure it's going to be able to take on Cuddlebear, but the Archons might be something different. Oh, the Widow Mines on top of those zealots. Yeah, the Widow Mine count was really, really nice, and still helping to take out the zealots. Archons on the front line. One gets bopped. SCD's prepared to be pulled, but I'm not even sure he needs to. I don't think he has to. But he's gonna lose the SCVs, the ones that he just made up the deficit in the worker count, but with mules, he's still okay. And I guess most importantly, he will hold on. The confidence to hold on to this game was worth the loss of 13 SCVs. Rhizer tapping out. GG. Cuddlebear taking game number 1. Imagine if offline gigs were canceled around the world. Like no GSL either. Do you guys think Tastosis would be casting all these qualifiers? How desperate to Starcraft do you have to be for that to happen?
Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
Thank you, Bacon Daddy, for the 21-month resub. Let's restart this sub. Oh, thank you very much. Welcome back. Oh, and Borsey gifted a sub to Tuluak. Thank you for that. Nice. Starting up the next game here. Fun game 1. Very fun. Mostly determined by that surprise attack into the natural. But so close even after the killing of the Nexus. Well, that's not correct. Everdream for game number 2. In the top right as the green Terran, it is Cuddlebear. In the bottom left, as the purple Protoss, it is Rhizer. Typical openers, last game, leading to a pretty decisive move with the natural going down into a pseudo base trade. Not sure we're gonna get much more exciting than that. I don't understand the GG though. He can't replace the army that was gonna be conquered. Can we get to 500?
Warning.
Oh, shit.
Philanthropist
Oh!
programs detected in comm server 04.
Wow. Wow. Anonymous with 20 gifted subs brings us up to 489.
Warning.
His math is
Philanthropist
easy.
programs detected in comm server 04.
I don't know, CG. Tesa started streaming. Yeah, but they still not streaming qualifiers.
Warning. Philanthropist
That would
programs
actually be the
detected in comm
equivalent
server
of going from, like, the McDonald's employee back, you know, casting Brood War in their little closet.
04. Warning.
to getting to be the like McDonald's CEO, top dog of StarCraft 2 casting, to going back to being like the manager at a local McDonald's. Thank you very much for another anonymous gifted sub, and that one goes to you, Thermi. Cool. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! I don't know why it's only triggered sometimes to do every single subscription, and other times not, because it's not supposed to be. So that's weird. So close. 10 more to 500. It'll happen, guys. Just give it time.
Resubscription received. Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
Wait, when did that happen? Oh, because he had another one.
Warning. This program detected in comm server 04.
Why do you do this, Twitch alerts? I swear. Bit of a change up here for Cuddlebear. He is going into Hellions.
Resubscription received. Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
Which is going to be scouted by the Adept, which is going to be pesky and just barely stop the command center from finishing. What a douche, Adept. What a douche. That scouting the Hellions is also pretty important here. It is not going to be a proxy starport, which can be common with this opener. We do have an SCV. Almost what? It's like inside the gas geyser, but not in proxy. Adept cleaned up by the Hellions. Blink on the way for Rhizer as he does normal, and he is going to be going for a front wall off to help against the Hellions. If it's a drop, it doesn't help that much, but he actually did end up scouting that there was a starport. Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much, Z0 So Leets. So Leets. Twitch Prime sub. Let's get there. It'll happen. It'll happen. These Hellions need a bop. There we go. The Reaper needs to bop the Stalker out of the way. But the force field. Rhizer knew that was going to happen. He was already on top of things. The force field will eventually disappear, but yeah, he's fine. All right. He's fine. 3 Hellions is what it takes to one-shot those probes, but 2 of them are very, very weak. Cuddlebear going to try and go in again.
Apparently you are doing something right, Captain.
I was gonna say, if you got all 3 Hellions in there, as weak as they were, that just would have been unfair. I would have complained on Rhizer's behalf, but 2 still got in, killed 3 probes, and a nice little thing to add is that they got some scouting done. But
Twitch Prime sub received. Thank you for a piece.
It could have been a perfect handling of Rhizer. It was still a pretty damn good one. Just a little lucky for Cuddlebear. Bunker's going down as he realizes his weakness. Blink is done. Gateways are done. Robo's there building a warp prism. Not that he knew it was building a warp prism, but it could have been building a warp prism. Actually, that's not 3 gateways. That was 4 gateways. And we have been seeing this a lot on Everdream. So definitely 4 gateways or 3 gateways. The potential is there, and you do not have a lot of units doing what you did. Those Hellions died. They took up all your production time. You have 1 tank and a handful of Marines. The Banshee, not reliable, especially if she doesn't have Cloak. Does, but often there is an observer involved. Stalker's being very aggressive. Blink on top of that tank. It goes down after only like a single shot. Second tank's gonna pop out though as well. And where is that warp prism? It is not being used right now as the Banshee finds... Oh, I'm sorry. That was the second Banshee. The first Banshee finds 9 probes. Stalker's still alive, however, dealing more SCV damage than probe damage. But second Banshee gonna come in and look to even that out. The observer is... where? It's chasing the first Banshee. That's a sentry, and it can't do shit. More probes are going to go down while the Warp Prism is providing backup for the Stalkers. Cuddlebear now has 2 bunkers, another tank, a 3rd tank's popping out here. And it looks like Cuddlebear will just actually be able to get the better end of this trade. I'm surprised it happened, but it did. This 1 Banshee adding like 6, 8, 11 kills, 11 extra kills. And a sentry, and a Stalker. Stalker is now desperate to do something in the main base. He brings in the Warp Prism, warps in Zealots as well. SCVs are pulled to try and stop this from actually snowballing, but looks like they got that 1 tank. 1 is still alive. Another one, just another one all the time, is popping out. One of the most important things about this is continuing to build. You have a lot of people start to panic and not build, but also that you don't pull all the SCDs all the time, so you can actually afford it. And hot diggity damn, we've done it, guys. So this game is really, really close. I think we need to pay a little bit more attention. The Stalker Blink forward is way too aggressive. The Banshee, the 2 tanks, the Marines, they're taking out everything. The Banshee actually going unscouted, no observer. And Rhizer, I think he's lost, man. GG.
Warning. Philanthropist programs detected in comm server 04.
That entire game's tainted by resubs. Thank you very much to... Hold on here.
Warning.
Goat Boy 1975 for the 13-month resub. As well as Anonymous for another...